Hey guys, welcome back to the DLC podcast. Where we talk games, movies, all things in between. I'm Isaac. Over there's
And I'm
Juicy
Juicy.
J. Heck
What's
yeah!
up?
And today it's a day of celebration. Wouldn't you agree, Juicy?
I mean, it's nothing but a celebration, guys.
Always, always. Now, granted, it does come with some somber news that I'm sure everyone has heard by now. That the passing of the legend himself, Kevin Conroy.
hmm
But we are not here to be sad. No, no. We are here to celebrate the man that is Kevin Conroy. The man that we identify as Batman, and the man that was with us throughout our childhood.
It's true. It's true. He didn't just do Batman, but you know him as Batman. You're going to know him. You are going to know him as Batman, and other places where you may have heard him and seen him. It's always awesome, but I think that he will just always be the icon. Kind of like how Mark Hamill has moved himself into the iconic voice and persona of the Joker, or the Joker that most people like. Kevin
Well,
Conroy
yeah.
is the persona of Batman. Like he totally um caught on to what Batman was supposed to be personified as, like what his inspirations were, just by being the voice of Batman, looking into like the character through the comics alone. He, he was iconic and he was great. Sorry, go ahead, Isaac.
No,
I'm sorry. I
no,
love the man. So
no. I love the man too. And the thing, what's so that just to go with like just to get things going. The Batman the animated series, right? If you haven't watched it, it's on HBO. You should HBO Max. You should check it out for sure. But
yeah,
so let me tell you how iconic Batman the animated series is. Okay, one says Mark Hamill. Back in the day, before this, you would think, oh, Luke Skywalker. But Mark Hamill was talented enough to be like, nah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be known as Luke Skywalker. And people now could think of him as Luke Skywalker, the Joker, amongst other things, right? But mainly those are his top two. I would say that he'll be known for. And when you say Kevin Conroy, when you say Batman, when you're reading a Batman comic, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but when I read a Batman comic, I'm reading it in Kevin Conroy's voice. And I know some people may not agree. They may get offended, and that's fine. And I appreciate everything Adam West did for the character. He is a legend on his own, and he deserves all the
Mhm.
credit and praise that's bestowed upon him. But to me, Kevin Conroy is Batman. He is number one. He is the Dark Knight himself. Like I said,
It's true.
I respect Adam West, but Kevin Conroy, he went beyond the animated series. He went on to do Batman Beyond amongst other DC related movies and content regarding Batman.
It's so true. And I mean, from that to the games to even its own spin-off of Batman and Batman Beyond. He did really good to not only bring the voice of Batman, but Bruce Wayne and an older Bruce Wayne, making sure that everything sounded distinct, Like he's not just the voice of Batman, he's also the voice of Bruce Wayne. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. When Christian Bale got into the role of Batman, and then when Ben Affleck got into the role of Batman, and this is, of course, for us who grew up with the animated series with Kevin Conroy, Tara Strong, and Mark Hamill. We base Batman now off of his Batman persona and the Bruce Wayne persona. Like before that, we've had several actors and several like Batman movies and adaptations where it's just kind of like, okay, it's a decent enough Bruce Wayne and Batman. We didn't we I will say that I didn't feel like I was picky until the animated series. And then of course Christian Bale comes out and I'm like, well, he's a good Bruce Wayne, you know. But when it comes to Batman, it's the raspy voice. It became the iconic voice, and a lot of people loved it. But for the people who love the animated series, like, I mean, he had more of intimidation than
Yeah,
this gruff, "Yeah," but it became the
yeah,
joke, right?
yeah.
Well, then, and even then, there were some parts of him as Bruce Wayne that he just kind of he didn't fit exactly the bill, you know? And it's like, yeah, because I mean, he really weighed more into Batman, less on his Bruce Wayne. And so you gave it to his Batman for the gruff voice. I apologize, I'm misspeaking because you gave it to his Batman for the voice, but for his Bruce Wayne, it was a little lacking, right? Then fast forward to, of course, the Zack Snyder cuts of like Batman v Superman and Justice League and stuff like that, and we get Ben Affleck, who I think unanimously we all agree played a dang good Bruce Wayne. You know, but is Batman like, you know? And all
Uh,
I feel like all of this stems from what we love from the animated
yeah.
series and what was brought
Mhm.
by Kevin Conroy,
Yeah. And
personally.
and the thing is, so voice acting and acting are two different things, right? We could agree on that.
Yeah, yeah,
And my thing is, because you kind of touched on it with the voices and the what Christian Bale had to do to change his voice to be Batman. But what I liked about Kevin Conroy, and I guess to a T, Adam West kind of did it too, right? To where, um, for instance, do you remember you watched the Adam West Batman, correct?
yes, yes.
And do you know the episode where Batman is talking to Bruce Wayne?
It wasn't that done on the phone?
Yes. So
Yeah,
what
and
was
it
so great
was
about that? What was so great about that? And I'm gonna tie this in with Kevin Conroy, is the fact that when Adam West was Batman, he deepened his voice, made it a little more serious, and went to Bruce Wayne was a little more lighthearted, jokey, whatever. And to go between them just like instantly like that was immaculate. It was beautiful. I mean, for the times, and that takes real skill. And what I like about
yeah,
Kevin Conroy is that he himself could do that. Like he didn't have to gargle his voice to sound intimidating. Like his voice alone had the presence of intimidation and fear. But when he talked as Bruce Wayne, it still had that.
charming. It was charming. It
It
was
was
sultry.
yeah,
It was light.
yeah. It was
It was
light.
a man who exists in elegance. You know, his
Yeah,
existence.
like
Like,
his
well, what do you
like,
mean?
cause
You
like
know?
like cause there's because the way I see it, like it's two variations of him being confident. He has like the Batman confidence, like I know you're scared of me. I know I'm intimidating. And the other side, where it's like, bro, I'm a billionaire playboy. Like, come on, I date models. Like,
Yeah.
so for me, when it comes to like Christian Bell with his gargling, I was like, eh. And the fact that for Ben Affleck, they didn't even let him make a voice. They just put a speaker, or like like they made it. He had a
Voice
machine that,
changer.
yeah, to change his voice, which I'm like, that's kind of like, come on, and
It was pretty cheap, you know?
yeah, like, come on, guys. And more recently, what's his name? The guy
Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson. I don't really know what his voice is because the whole movie, he's Batman. Even when he's not Batman, he's still rocking that same voice just because he's depressed and lonely. So
He's not a very good Bruce Wayne
no,
right
he's
now,
not. But
like,
my
he's a definitely a depressed Bruce Wayne.
exact. That's what I'm saying. Like his voice was similar all the way through. Now, granted, we'll
Mhm.
see how his voice changes in later movies. But my thing is, Kevin Conroy left such an impact just with the voice alone. Because granted, he is the voice actor, right? But to be honest,
Mhm.
I wouldn't even have to watch, like, if the animated series was a podcast or a radio show, then the stuff will still give it enough impact outside of just having to watch it. Like watching it is one thing, but if you just he has the voice where you can just listen to it and you already feel his presence. You know what I
It
mean?
yeah, it is definitely a completely different and like you said, not just like going back to the transitions, like it was seamless, you know? And if you ever wonder like what the actual difference is, some people I've talked to some people over the last week where they're like, I mean, you just kind of did the same voice. Like it really wasn't. And if you question that, you need to go and watch the episode in the animated series where and I don't remember the villain who got Bruce Wayne, like his identity. He got Batman's identity. He was going to sell it to the villains, and in order for them to convince him it's not Bruce Wayne, uh, he pretty much had a stunt double, if you will, Robin. You know, dressed up like in this weird, like looked like Bruce Wayne, and he had a small interaction dialogue between the two in the animated series. And and I've been telling you that if there's any question, you need to go back to that. You need to go watch that episode, and you'll hear it. Like watch the episodes where he had to play Bruce Wayne more, and it's just so different, The man has a great voice that he was able to make sound different yet still the same. Like you still would hear it and be like, well, I mean, I could see how people would think that'd be Bruce Wayne. But like if you had him staring at you, gritting his teeth, like I am vengeance, and all of a sudden Bruce Wayne comes out of nowhere, is like, "What's up? What's up?" Like, "How's everyone?" Not even that, like, because we do the "What's up?" Like, let's be fair, he was like, "How's everyone doing today?" Like, speaks very proper. I watched I know I'm kind of transitioning, but like I
Oh no, you're
watched
fine.
um an interview for him at a Comic Con. It looks like some type of panel where someone was asking him about how he really like came up with the dual voices. And he had brought up that the way he had seen from what he was seeing from the animated series, and he started picking up the comic books, started reading them, was like, it looks like if he's like, there's an old book called The Scarlet Pimpernel, you know, where like it is Scarlet Pimpernel would pretty much be original Batman because he was this aristocrat during the French Revolution who would go and save people from the guillotine. But like by day, he was just this really ditzy, like like he was a aristocrat, yeah, but he's also like no one really thought, but like, oh, he's an idiot. He just airheaded. He's just the joke of the party, right? And but then like at night he was this charming debonair um like character, that would go and do all these amazing feats. And so Kevin Conroy pointed out that like that's what he was trying to go for in doing the voices, But instead, of course, he wanted the charming debonair to be Bruce Wayne, but still a guy that would seem disconnected from everything. Just kind of like, I mean, oh sure, everything is going wrong in Gotham. I'm like you said, I'm here with my models, and everybody's like Bruce Wayne, And but then like when freaking Batman comes in, he had this like serious, but still he's adept. He knew what he was doing. And he was like, it actually, he was like, so I did that, and that was my thing. And I brought it up in an interview once, and someone brought up the original creator of Batman, that's what he was kind of going for, was the Scarlet Pimpernel kind of like tossbacks, like, holy crap. And it's like, so it was really cool to see that. Like I mean, no, I mean,
No,
I love his voice, of course, most of all, because that's what we
yeah.
get from him. But it's not just that. He was also in what was that? The Infinite Crisis. He played a Batman.
Don't talk about it. We're past that.
On the
Don't talk about it. We're honoring him, not disgracing him. Don't talk
Like he
about
got
that.
to play Batman like IRL, bro. That's no disgrace. The fact
They
is, for
killed
anything
him.
bad, okay, but he got to play it.
He played an evil Bruce Wayne. He wasn't even Batman.
I mean, he got to play Bruce Wayne. He was Batman at one point.
I'm
So
I thought that my buddy showed me that, and I walked out. I was just like, how dare
okay,
they?
here. You want to talk about, or since I'm talking about the range, you want to know the range of this man? This man not only voiced Batman then, he also voiced Batman in Batman the Brave and the Bold. And if you've never
Hmm?
watched that show, that is the corniest, just it's as if Batman and old 1950s Superman had a
Well,
baby,
it's based on the
and
Golden
that's that.
Age comics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, but then that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very hero, and he voiced that, and he does so
yeah.
well. He does so
No, I know,
well.
I know. It's and what sucks about, I mean, 'cause I actually enjoyed it. If it's because of that show, I was introduced to Booster Gold. The only thing that threw me off of the show was the voice actor for Joker. It did not match at all.
Yeah.
Which I
Okay,
mean,
so admit. Go ahead. Sorry,
no,
sorry.
say like I mean, no, I mean, Mark Hamill left a hard impression to mimic, right? I mean, who's doing it now? Was it Troy Baker? Is he doing Joker, or am I thinking of someone else?
I don't know the new voice of
But anyway, it just wasn't a good one. But um, what the only yeah, no, I can't remember. I think it was Troy Baker. But anyways, Um, did you hear the story with Kevin Conroy when he was volunteering, like serving meals to like first responders?
No.
So basically, he was in the back cooking meals, and then one of the guys was like, "Hey, are you Batman? Like, are you the voice actor of Batman?" He's like, "Yeah." Like, prove it. So he does like, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman," and he's like,
Uh,
"Holy sh!" So he goes back and like tells everyone, and like, "That's not Batman. That's not Batman." And they're like, do the voice," and he does the voice, and the whole cafeteria just like goes in the uproar, like just laughing and clapping and cheering. So that is still kind of shows like the impact that he had on even adults.
yeah, no, and I wanna say I misspoke, so he was not Batman from Brave and the Bold, but he
Right.
is the Batman of Zurn R, and he is the Phantom Strain. I was like, "Wait, hold on, I think I have that wrong." I like that Batman, mind you, and I thought that was him. My apologies.
I mean, the only another voice actor, just not to get off of him, but the only voice actor I kind of liked as Batman was Reno Romano. He was in The Batman from like 2004, the Batman animated series from 2004, where he was like a young Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
Yeah, he was pretty good. I liked him. But like you said, Kevin Conroy, he is the true Batman. I've, like I said, no disrespect to Adam West, but I feel like the Batman we have now is thanks to Kevin Conroy.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean he'll be missed, and we'll see how. I mean, granted, they've already been using other voice actors to voice Batman, so I mean it's not gonna. I mean, I will say it's still it'll be hard to find someone as good as him, but they've already been. I hate to say it, like kind of planning for this.
I mean, but no, like, it's not planning, he was getting older. I mean, the
Yeah,
man's been acting since 1970s, well, I mean, I guess really late 1970s, but, like, he's been an actor for 40 years, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. So Troy Baker
Like,
is the Joker.
Baker is the Joker?
Yeah, he was the Joker in Arkham Origins, the worst Batman. Yeah.
So, there was of course, they've had different voice actors,
Hmm.
so, uh,
Yeah. No. You got
let me
any
look it
final
up,
thoughts,
though.
man?
I mean, like I said, this is just a he's done a lot, but we know him as Batman, you know? He has been many things in life, he's done many things for all of us. The animated series, it isn't just Kevin Conroy, I mean, it is those series as a whole, but it wouldn't have been the same without him, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to
And
the casting person to
yeah,
to get
smart.
him and Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Like that is a match made in heaven.
And don't even get me started on Mark Hamill with that, but and Tara Strong. Tara
Wait,
Strong
Terror
as
Strong,
the
yeah,
voice of
yeah.
Harley Quinn, but also other voices, like, they did well,
Well,
and
Terror
I'm
Strong gave her
sad that
that
we'll
Brooklyn
never
accent or Boston accent.
she
Can't remember
yeah,
what it is.
she just I mean, she fine. It is what it is. She fine. She can get it. She's invited to the cookout. But my thing is, like, no, so I mean, I do. I love Kevin Conroy. I loved what he gave to it. Of course, I only knew him as Batman. Looking at all of his stuff now, he did so much more, and I respect him, you know? Um, yeah, cancer, man. I've got
Yeah,
a soft spot for it because of a loss of a good friend of mine. And the worst thing is I saw like one of his last recordings he did where he sent to a fan, kind of like saying Merry Christmas, and Happy Birthday and stuff like that. And you could tell he'd been through the ringer
yeah,
and but he was still sending stuff out to fans. I tell you, heroes come in all shapes and sizes, guys. Not just in actions, in the physical actions they can do for you right there, the tangible actions, but just in the actions of kindness, the act of just saying, "Hey," despite who he was, he could have just been this loner, older guy, like he's doing fine, with his own success, and he doesn't need to reach out to his fans. He doesn't need to make the firefighters, the police officers, all them feel good. He doesn't need to do these things, but apparently he was just a really good guy. So both on and off the field, he will always be Batman to me. And thank you, Kevin.
I can't top that. So I guess we'll leave it there. And you know, if you guys are watching this VOD, leave a comment down below what Kevin Conroy means to you. Who do you think is the best Batman out there? Who do you think is the Batman? You know? And yeah, make sure if you like the content to give us a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell when we go live. We've tried to record a podcast every Thursday, 9:30 Central Time. If you haven't heard or watched any of our last videos, Juicy and I are doing the Will of Game Pass. He is
Now it goes.
playing Halo Reach,
Halo Reach.
and I'm playing Crackdown 3. We are going to stream the first hour of that, and then we'll probably play on our own, unless you guys want to watch us play it. Or if Jeremiah feels he wants to play more than an hour, it's up to him. I'm probably just going to stream an hour of Crackdown 3 because I don't think anyone's going to want to watch that.
I
But
mean,
we'll,
I think from what I understand, I think I'm going to be finishing Halo Reach. I think it's well been played, so I don't know if I'll stream it all, but I will stream my first reactions to it. I certainly need to play it. I mean, it's been a long time coming. It's what happens when you're poor; you can't afford the things where you can play all the good games. So,
yeah,
you know,
facts.
that's
But
what it is.
but yeah, and you can find us on all our socials on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Do Let's Chat. And if you're listening to this over any of Spotify, Apple, wherever you're streaming your podcast from, make sure to stop by our YouTube at Do Let's Chat to catch us live. So I think that about
Mhm.
wraps it up. Rip Kevin Conroy, the true Batman.
And guys, remember, stay